Hello, my lovelies. I'm back. Thank you again for your patience with me. I have been working on some things behind the scenes that I am really excited to be revealing to you very soon. And also on that note, one thing I will reveal, I have started a second YouTube channel. I started a second YouTube channel because I felt like I needed another energetic container for the next level of feminine energy. As I said in my last video, this channel, Inhale Love with Suze, I really created for the basics of feminine energy. For any woman who is waking up to the concept of feminine energy and maybe has lived her life more predominantly in her masculine energy and really desires, her heart is pulling her towards living a life that feels more flowy and feminine and soft and open, receptive, and being in relationships with men who are more masculine, right? So that was kind of how this whole thing was created here on Inhale Love with Suze. But I felt like as I grew in my own understanding and integration of divine feminine energy, and understanding my inner masculine and feminine, that I felt like I needed a second channel to really take it to the next step. So I have started a second channel here on YouTube, and I've called it Goddesses of the Moon. And on that channel, we will be focusing on creating a container for really high level emotional mastery, intuitive trust, unconditional love, and all things Goddess of the Moon. So I have created 2 videos so far over there. I really would love for you all to go check out those 2 videos and see where you think you land, and maybe you land somewhere in the middle. But I wanted to offer a second container for women who are really at that next level of goddess empress energy. That empress energy is really coming through powerfully for me, in the sense of empress being the culmination of all of the queen energy, right? So it's like you are in a state of so high receptivity and surrender to the divine, to your heart desire, to your intuitive knowing. You are in a state of radical acceptance and receiving. And you understand the value of your heart space energy so intensely because of the amount of emotional mastery you have done, that you are very careful to only invest your heart space energy. You invest it only in other dynamics containers that understand and value that value as well. And that takes a lot of strength, a lot of wisdom, and a lot of emotional maturity and mastery, especially when we live in a world that still really encourages women to be aggressive in what you want and what you think you deserve and what you think you're worthy of. And don't get me wrong, you are absolutely worthy of everything that your heart can imagine that you think you want. And you are good enough for anything your heart might whisper to you that you want. But if you're really living from a deeply feminine, divine feminine space, you have grown enough to understand that knowing of self-worth, that level of feminine confidence is actually very quiet, because she receives what she wants. And she knows that it's coming. I don't want to go too far down that path because that's conversation for that channel, Goddesses of the Moon. So I want to pull from the deck today as kind of a hello, I'm back kind of a thing. I want to pull an oracle card. I'm feeling so much angelic energy. I just got chills on that. Archangel Michael has been with me a lot in the past couple of months, and I've been having moments of praying and crying with Archangel Michael at this time. Let me know in the comments. I'm curious if any of you others as well have been really feeling like you're having a whole other level of communion with ascended masters or angelic beings or with the divine, whatever it may be. I'm curious if any of you are in that space as well. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that for now. I am going to pull from the Oracle deck. One other announcement. I have one other announcement too, and then I will pull from my Angel Oracle deck here. And I mentioned this briefly in one of my videos over there on Goddesses of the Moon. Astrology. I know some of you here are here for astrology. If you are wanting to learn more about astrology and use those energies more powerfully in your life, I will be talking more about astrology over there on Goddesses of the Moon. However, today, right now, I will drop a little thing into you about, a little tip about Mars in Aries. We have Mars going home into its home sign of Aries, which is beautiful when the planets get to go home into their home signs. And what that means is, and like I was saying over there, I'm already seeing this manifesting and showing up in conversations with people, and I'm recognizing it within myself. You may feel a more of an urge or a sense of urgency or a pull to really focusing back on your physical vessel and feeling good in your physical body and doing things, whether it be dietary or exercise or whatever it may be, feeling like you really need to get back to the basics of the things that make your physical body feel better, feel more energetic, or feel more relaxed, or feel more less stress, or feel stronger, or just feel more confident, more comfortable in your physical body. There may be a shift in focus towards that, and also how you're using your time, more of a like kind of on the realm of routines, right? What am I doing in the morning to support myself for feeling good throughout my day or at nighttime? What am I doing at night to really help myself healthily decompress, release the day, relax, and sleep well? Because sleep, again, obviously, is another huge component of the health of the body and the mind and the emotions, all of that. So if you're feeling anything in that realm, I'm kind of rushing here because I want to get into the Oracle deck. If you're feeling anything like that, I am opening up my private yoga sessions through Zoom once again here. And I actually have had a few people reach out to me. So that's why I'm putting it out here publicly, because I've already had people reaching out to me asking if I'm still doing Zoom hour sessions of yoga. I am doing that again. And if you are local to me, I will meet with you on site if that's something you would prefer. So if you're feeling a pull to really help your body, whether it be mentally, emotionally, physically, feel better in whatever way that means to you, feel better, shoot me an email. It's in the description box below. We will talk about your needs, your focus, your priorities. What are you looking to shift and feel better about, whether it be in your life or in your body? I can help you through energetically shifting you through the vessel of your body, through the medium of yoga. This is why it's so powerful. Using the physical body to shift so that you can physically feel something shifting in your body, which will help you as you're creating whatever you're looking to create or change in your life moving forward. I hope that makes sense. So let me know if that's something of interest to you, and I would love to jump on a Zoom call with you. So before we get into it, let's do a quick little shuffle here. I haven't used this deck in a hot minute myself. So let's just see. Sorry about the shaky surface here. I apologize if the camera is wiggling and wobbling around here. That seems good. Oh, that's funny. I have to show you at the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck we have, let's see, get the glare, heart chakra. That's something that I often do. It's funny, I'm looking at that picture. That pose right there is something that I personally often do when I'm practicing yoga, but I also bring into my yoga sessions is hand over heart and even the thumbs at heart, pushing into the heart center. Constantly coming back to the heart, because in the practice of yoga, particularly if it's a powerful session with a lot of strength, it's funny how that can kick up a lot of excitement or nervous energy, and how we forget, we kind of get into the feelings of the crazy there and we forget to come back home to the heart. And so coming back to the heart is so calming and grounding and nurturing and replenishing, so helpful. So let me read what it says here. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. I have to say, this is really, I feel like this is really synchronistic for me right now, because it says, it is safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart. And I just finished talking in the other videos over on Goddesses of the Moon about the idea of no matter what. Because if you tack on no matter what into a lot of these matters that we talk about on my channels here, you're placing a container of divine, unconditional love. I just saw, as I literally just said love, my timer said 11:11. Unconditional love, and it went 11:11. I'm getting so much synchronistic validation here from the divine, and I love it. The open heart, the journey of the open heart, I'm getting chills, is the journey of unconditional love. And that, I'm getting emotional. That is what we're going to be talking about over on Goddesses of the Moon. So I feel like this is like the initiation, bridging the gap between Inhale Love with Suze into Goddesses of the Moon is the open heart. And of course, you cannot be in a state of a radically open heart no matter what. With unconditional love, you cannot be in that state until you have gotten yourself to a certain level of feminine energy. Because the feminine is the heart. The feminine is the open-hearted space, the unconditionally loving space. And you can't get there until you've done some level of work on your inner masculine and feminine, because the masculine supports, makes the feminine feel safe enough to be in that radically open-hearted, unconditionally loving space, right? I love that. So let's see, I'm going to go through what is the message from the angel deck for all those listening here on my channel, Inhale Love with Suze. All right, let's see what fell down here. 2 cards fell. Oh, wow. These 2 are, wow, really beautiful. The first one is change in direction. Change in direction. This is very potent, by the way, about what's happening in the Aquarius energy and the Scorpio energy right now. Probably because Pluto is in Aquarius and Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. Very Aquarius, Scorpio. So I'm curious, drop in the comments below. Are there anyone out there? Do you have strong placements of Aquarius and Scorpio in your chart? I have both. I'm talking your sun, your moon, your rising, your north node, and your Venus. Aquarius, Scorpio. Let me know in the comments below if anyone out there has those placements in Aquarius or Scorpio. I have both. Change in direction. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love. I am loving this. And our guidance. You are protected. That word came up here too. Protected. You're protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. Now I'm getting chills because I'm looking at that picture and there's so much coming through intuitively. We first of all have the stork, right? The stork holding the baby, and the stork is looking at a map. And alongside the stork, we have an angel, a baby angel. I just saw 1444, by the way. So maybe You are in a space, and I'm getting chills on this, much like what I am doing with Goddesses of the Moon. I feel like this is so deeply speaking to me. I really hope it speaks deeply to someone else out there. I'm trusting that I'm speaking these words and someone else needs to hear this as well at this time. Maybe you are being told to go in a new direction, and it is unfamiliar territory. And it feels a little scary. You know, I said in one of my videos over there on Goddesses of the Moon, I was talking about feeling your way through the dark, because it's not about using your physical vision anymore. I'm going to get emotional. It is about using your heart and your intuition. It is about a radical, open heart and a choice to keep that heart open, because you know that it's the open heart that is connected and led, protected, guided by the divine. So there's a map that maybe you're metaphorically looking at, and you're trying to figure out how to get to this magical, mystical manifestation destination that you are looking to go in your life. And maybe because of that, it does feel like this newborn energy or this growing pains energy. And you're in this space of maybe birthing out a bigger project, or birthing out a new you, a new identity, a new state of being, a new way of interacting with other people, a new way of doing your work, a new way of, I don't know, there's just new. The word new is really coming through powerfully. Maybe a new job, a change in a job, a change in a location, physically moving your house, physically moving from one relationship to another. And on that note, I have to read the second card that came out. Time to go. Again, movement and newness. Movement and newness. Where are you going? Are you looking at this map and know there's somewhere new to go? Whether it be in your work, in your career, in your relationship, in your home, identity, value system, belief system. I mean, you can take this and apply it in a huge variety of ways in your life. Time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are nearly the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. That's very synchronistic for me as well, because it says endings are merely the start of a new beginning. It's much like that song. Was it a Matchbox 20 song? I believe it was a Matchbox 20 song. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. As humans, we tend to grieve or have a sense of sadness and loss around endings. But what if we can shift into seeing possibility, opportunity, beginnings? Endings means there's a new beginning. What if there's an ending because you're no longer that smaller version of self? You're a more expanded, more is possible here. So the old has to go away. And again, it doesn't even have to be necessarily, sometimes I think we look at these cards and we think it's a physical thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's an internal ending of releasing a belief that was limiting you, belief or some mental or emotional tie, energetic tie of why you were still choosing to do something, right? And so you're not seeing the value anymore. Value, again, value. This is how it works for me. It's like I hear these words and it's like I say these words and I have this like internal experience of like, it's almost like I see the word on paper. Like I'm saying these words and someone's writing them on paper. This is weird. This is how it feels for me when I'm in the moment. It feels like someone's writing on paper these words as I'm saying them. And then randomly I'll say a word and that word like rises off the table like 3D. And so value is the one that was coming up in that moment for me. Value. Are you upholding and protecting your values? Are you even clear on what your values are? Again, that's a conversation that will be discussed on Goddesses of the Moon. How to understand what your unique, authentic values are. And you find those through how you feel. You find those through your experiences. It's not in here. It's not what logically makes sense of I should value this, or I should do that, or this is what this kind of person does, whatever that identity is, right? Maybe it's time to release that old identity. Maybe it's time to release that old value system, that old belief system, and shift into something new that is more liberating, that is more freeing, that is more happy. The word happy, happy outcomes. Follow your path to the happy outcomes. Why can't I say that? Of your future. Don't fear the sunset. Look at how beautiful it is. Sunsets are my favorite. Tell me in the comments, do you like sunsets or sunrises better? Tell me in the comments, I'm curious. I like sunsets. I love sunsets. I think they are just hypnotizing. They just hypnotize me. Enjoy the sunset. And let your open heart be the scepter that is lighting the way forward. Because it's not about what you see with your physical eyes. It's about you feel and believe in your heart. So I will continue to leave videos here on Inhale Love with Suze for feminine energy in general. But if you feel you're ready to move on into a more mystical, magical, moon, goddess of the moon energy, whatever that means to you, I'm curious to see how that unfolds for you. I welcome you to join me over, subscribe over to Goddesses of the Moon. Check out my videos there. And I'll be talking to you guys again soon. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am so grateful to each and every one of you who has built this channel up to what it is today and who has shared your love, opened up your heart to me, shared vulnerably things from your journey and your path, and helped affirm and validate me as I have expressed these truths here on this channel. I am so grateful to you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys again soon.